I'm gonna keep it real, child. I really want to record this episode of Muscle Mastery, but these cherries are hitting. I'm gonna have like three more. We're gonna get into it. Welcome back to Muscle Mastery. This is the podcast that's dedicated to helping you honor the body that you've been gifted with, build that lean muscle, burn that body fat, and live a healthy lifestyle. And today, it's the end of the year or end of 2025, moving into 2026. And this is that time when people either fall off, they're starting to see plateaus. And I think there's really nothing more frustrating from what I'm being told. There's nothing more frustrating than working as hard as you're working throughout the entire year, or maybe you've gone through some struggles but it feels like you're doing everything that you can to reach your goals, but you're stuck. Maybe some weeks you're making progress and feeling great just to have something pop up, or in your own progress, you feel stuck. And the next few weeks feel like you're dragging your body through it. I've been there. It happened to me a couple years ago. The movement was a leg extension. I don't know why I spent so much time on this. I literally spent 3 weeks trying to bump my leg press strength up because I was ego lifting like a wild person. And I was stuck at the same number for like 2.5 weeks. And I would just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And, my mama said I'm hard headed. So I just kept going until I was burnt out and I just couldn't do it anymore. And it was really frustrating because I had already accumulated all of these years of training experience, and now I'm still hitting plateaus. I'm still being stalled in my progress. So I understand that frustration when you're working hard and you believe you're doing everything that you need to be doing in order to reach your goals, but it's just not happening. What I didn't realize, and what I hope to teach you that you can realize, is that you're not doing the wrong things. You're just doing it at the wrong intensity. That doesn't mean you failed. That means that's your body telling you that it's adapting to the training, the nutrition, the whatever that you've been doing consistently. Plateaus are also a really good sign that it's time to level it up in terms of your health journey. So you don't need to work harder. I'm sure you've heard this before. You've got to work smarter. But let me give you some actual tips on what working smarter actually means. Because the key thing that you want to do is send a new signal. You've made progress in the gym. You've improved your nutrition. You've started hydrating yourself more. You've taken care of your body. Your body has made adaptations to create some changes. And now that plateau means you are at a new baseline. So some things that you want to do in order to overcome plateaus would be increasing your calories or taking a moment to figure out what your new calorie balance is. If you're able to lift heavier weights, you know that you're intaking more food with that extra training. Your new maintenance calorie is not what it was when you first started. You've increased your capacity to work, so you must increase the calories or fuel that you're putting into your body. So take like a week or two to look at the food that you're eating and then compare it to the results that you're getting on the scale, maybe your measurements or your overall progress inside of the gym. Another thing that you can do is adding in a rest day. If you're just working and thinking, I'm just going to push a little bit harder, I'm just going to add more workout days in, you might be sending a signal of stress to your body every single day. And your body doesn't have time to recover from the work that you're putting it through, from the stress that you're putting it through. I don't know if y'all knew this, but even God rested on the seventh day. So maybe it's time to maybe take your foot off the gas and take an extra rest day. I promise you, your muscle won't go away. You won't magically put all the fat back on. Your body will thank you, and then you'll be able to push harder when you get back in the gym. So we looked at nutrition and recovery. Now we're going to look at our training, and you can do that by changing the stimulus. For everyone inside of the squad, we mainly focus on barbell and dumbbell movements. So changing that stimulus would be, if you're normally doing a dumbbell bench press, maybe it's time to bump it up to a barbell. You might start with the bar, but that's better than staying stuck in the same spot for the rest of your journey. Same thing comes with tempo, pauses. You can increase the weight. You can add an extra set. You can work for a longer amount of time. You can try and push a little bit harder. There are so many ways to change the stimulus that doesn't just include increasing in the amount of weights that you're doing. And if you're inside the squad, you can learn all those things. Back to recovery, just really getting well-rounded in your recovery process. If your training is at a 10 out of 10, your recovery should be at a 10 out of 10. So making sure that we're staying hydrated, you're stretching before, after the workout, throughout the day. We're making sure that we're fueling our bodies so that you have enough energy to recover that muscle damage you did inside of your workout, or to recover your lungs and your recover your body from the run that you might have done. Another sneaky thing that I think people miss out on is intentional downtime. And intentional downtime doesn't mean sitting on the couch and watching Netflix. It might mean that if you're like sitting with friends or like maybe your partner and you guys are hanging out together and having a conversation, but it definitely doesn't mean sitting down on the phone and just doom scrolling and filling your brain with dopamine. You want to allow your body to recover. Go for a walk, read a book, like destimulate your brain. I think in 2026, I think we all need to destimulate our brains from all of these crazy things that are happening with, especially with AI videos coming out and all these wacky things that are happening. I think we need to destimulate our brain and like get back to basic enjoyments, sitting outside and enjoying the weather, reading a book, hanging out with friends and family in person. So intentional downtime is actually probably one of the best ways that you can recover your body, because it's not just a physical recovery. You also get an emotional and spiritual recovery as well. And that's exactly what we focus on inside of the squad. It's not just honoring the body that you have, but remembering that we are a spiritual being living inside of a physical body, having a physical experience. But we are spiritual beings. So we need to not be alone. We need to get out in nature, enjoy life, spend time with friends and family. It was Christmas time. It was super amazing because it was just my family hanging out inside of the house. Spent time with my girlfriend a little bit. Intentional downtime is one of the best ways that you can recover your body. It's one of the best ways because plateaus come in through your progress, but as well as through chaos. If you're chronically undereating or overeating, if you're stressed out in your workouts, in life, if you're not sleeping well, you're staying up late on the phone, all of these things are going to cause your body to send a halt signal. But when you take that time to recover, you're letting your body heal itself, you're giving it enough nutrients so that it has the proper fuel to recover, then positive things happen. You overcome those plateaus and you surprise yourself with the amount of progress that you can make. All because you took your foot off the gas and you spent some time taking care of this, not just forcing it to do more work. So instead of piling on more stress, I want you to work on sending that safety signal, that recovery signal, so that your body can heal and feel good. I'm going to do a little rapid fire of some of the other strategies that we use inside of the squad. It'd be adjusting your macronutrients, looking at your water intake, adjusting your training intensity or frequency, planning in a deload week where you still train, but you reduce the amount of weight and volume that you do. The main thing is creating a plan that fits your lifestyle and the life that you want to live. And what's amazing is when you take this approach, you still make consistent and more sustainable progress. And you're not going to be sacrificing the things that you love. I still enjoy pizza. I had burgers 2 days ago. I'm probably going to have pizza sometime next week. I still go out to get fast food once a week. I hang out with my friends all the time. But I keep myself on track because the routine I've set fits the lifestyle that I want to have, and it supports a healthy body. When you and even more important than the work that you're going to do when you're faithful to this process is what God does in your life when you're faithful with what He's gifted you with. And if you're nervous, that's amazing. Remember that God has already given you everything that you need. You don't need the perfect outfit. You don't even need Simply Fitness merch. You don't even need this. I mean, you can get it if you want. You just got to hit me up. But you don't even need that. Whatever you've got in the closet, throw it on. If you don't have a gym membership, work out in your room. If you don't want to work out in your room, go for a walk around the block, get into nature, right? But honor the body that you've been gifted with. That's the biggest thing. Honor the body that you've been gifted with. When we work with people inside of the squad, when they hit those plateaus, we have the plan set already to help you overcome them. And if it's not one thing, we look at the next. Hey, let's look at your nutrition. 1 or 2 weeks goes by, no changes. All right, how's your water? How's your sleep? What else is going on that we can adjust or monitor so we can figure out what's happening in the plateau and get you to overcome it? And it's all done by building a routine that fits you, not a general plan. Yes, the workout is a training plan that we all do together. That is something that we can all do at the same time because we're all moving towards similar goals. We want to build lean muscle. We want to burn the excess body fat. We want to create a healthy body. But the routine, the habits, the specific things that need to happen in order to create that change, those are unique to you. And no one is going to have the same journey. So we have to figure out what's going to work for you. Now, I don't want this to sound like a sales pitch because I don't want your money, but I do want to help you out. And my goal in 2026 is to help 100 people transform their lives. I'm already at 8, so I'm getting a little bit of a head start. If you want help from Simply Fitness, all you got to do is go to jointhesquad.today/review. That's going to take you to a free metabolic assessment where I can figure out what you're doing in terms of nutrition, any medical or health conditions that you might have, and the routines that you currently are going through. And I can give you that next best step in order to reach your goals. Now, once you get that video sent to you, giving you that next best step, if you wanted help, then we can discuss what that would look like working inside of the squad. But that's all I've got. If you're stuck on a plateau, make sure you watch this video again and hit me up in that metabolic assessment one more time. It's jointhesquad.today/review. We'll get that metabolic review all set and get you moving towards a healthy body. Remember, y'all, it's not hard. It's Simply Fitness.